Hi, good day, good afternoon to you all. Today we have something special. LinkedIn algorithm has changed, and we want newbies on LinkedIn to understand how to navigate this awesome platform. With me today is my special guest, Punita. Punita, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm so glad that the LinkedIn algorithm is changed today, which means that we are here to experiment as much as we can, keep creating content, and see what's working and not stop working.
So true. And the great fact about this LinkedIn algorithm report that I have in front of me, it's less reach for like 99.9% of users. Hashtags between 1 and 10 show almost no difference. So we advise to use 3 to 5 hashtag newsletters, although it's a huge potential down in reach and engagement, right? So that's just a short of it. We will delve into more, but we are speaking on newbies, how newbies can grow on LinkedIn. What are some of the things that newbies can do in order to build their personal brand or increase their business going forward, Punita?
Yeah. Firstly, I want to say hi to my friend Chitra. Hi, Chitra. I'm so happy to see you. Yes. So thank you everybody for joining in. So Antonio, if somebody is brand new on LinkedIn and don't know how to go about it, how I started my journey 2.5 years back is number one is three simple steps, very simple
Mm-hmm.
steps. Number one is you have to focus on kind of optimizing your profile, you know, because people have to know you for who you are. People have to know you for who you are and what you do. Your who and your what have to be identified. If
Mm-hmm.
these two things are not identified, why would people come to you? So your who and what is very important. You cannot be on LinkedIn not identifying these two areas. Number one, because once you identify them in your banner, in your headlines, in your about section, in all the other areas, people will actually know who you are, and that's when they will send you a message and ask for your services. So that's step number one, Antonio. Step
Mm-hmm.
number two is content. Now, what I mean by content is not just out there day in and day out. It doesn't work like that. You have to have content buckets, Antonio. What I mean by content
Mm-hmm.
buckets is, so for example, my content buckets are two. One is content marketing and one is
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn personal branding growth. So I only create content around these two areas because I want my audience to know me as these two areas. Hence, people can take action on me faster. That's my area number two. That's my step number two, which is content. My step
Mm-hmm.
number three is applying formats. You have to apply different formats of content: text content, polls, LinkedIn lives, audio events, video content. And the last is building a tribe. That's about it.
Awesome. I love that. And going forward, since the third quarter, right, was the quarter before this, 25 million users has come on LinkedIn. So it just goes to show you that the LinkedIn algorithm will change in a negative way because the bigger a company grow, it's the harder for you to be seen. So LinkedIn platform, it's a company, right? And that's that platform that we put our content on. And imagine this, the impact of the social selling index on reach is further declined with this new algorithm. So everyone, the LinkedIn algorithm has changed today and it has a report on it. And this is something that we have to take in consideration. So the 5% of 5.2% of all members is publishing content on LinkedIn, increase with 0.4%. So your content have to be specific to the 5 hashtags that is on your profile in creator mode. So you have 5 hashtags, you have to speak specifically about those hashtags that you provide on your profile, because some people they speak all over the place that is not connecting to the hashtags, and that now will have people wondering what it is that you are doing, who it is that you are serving. And you do not want that. You want to be clear. So when it is someone reach out to you, they know exactly what it is, the service that you provide, and they know that how you can be of help to them. So I think that most people, the content, Punita, is not specific, and that is a big issue because for someone to ask you the question in your inbox, What do you do? You should feel bad about yourself because that means your content now is not aligned to exactly what you do.
Yeah, you know why? Because when you're putting yourself out there, Antonio, day after day, week on week, month on month, every single day, it's very important that you're doing this not for yourself. You're doing this
Yes.
for your audience. You're not doing this just to make yourself feel, oh my God, I'm like the very big person here. You're doing this for yourself, for the audience. And you need
Hmm.
to think from the audience point of view on how you can help them. You need to think from the audience point of view on how you can serve them, how you can be of help to them, how you can educate them and empower them, because eventually you want them to take action on your services.
Hmm. And that is so true. You can't think about self, you have to think about others. And I think that, people get that mix up because sometimes when it is someone they fully optimizing their profile, they're thinking about self and they're not thinking about others. Your LinkedIn profile is basically for you to sell yourself towards others. So, for example, if it is that you are looking for a job opportunity, you are selling yourself to the headhunters, to the recruiters, as to what value that you could provide to the organization. If it is that you have a service that you are rendering, you are selling yourself to potential clients that you are the go-to person that they should reach out to for the particular services that you provide. So your LinkedIn profile should be about selling yourself towards others and it should not be about self. I think that simple approach, you will see a tremendous success rate going forward. And you see a lot of people don't even put as simple, Punita, as putting a question mark in your headline to make people curious, to bring that thought provoking idea as to is this person I should reach out to about this service that I am seeking? So these are the things that you have to change because much people not doing it and they always say, and this is a true saying, if someone is doing these things, you do the opposite because people love to see new things rolling out and in that way they tend to gravitate to that. That is just the natural way of human mind thinking.
Yeah, and also, you know what, Antonio? People on LinkedIn every day, LinkedIn is as a platform is growing. More and more people are logging in and
Yes.
joining the platform, and people's attention span is very, very poor. They literally have 4 seconds of their life to be on LinkedIn. So your profile should be such that when a person sees you, they understand who you are and what you do.
Hmm, so true. And as you mentioned that, like your banner is the most attractive part on your profile. Your banner is above your professional photo for those newbies because some people they don't even know the terminology banner. They're thinking that is something else. I always say that it have the feature ring your bell. You could put by being unique just an arrow that aligning or going down to your bell and you could let people know ring my bell for future posts. That is something that you're enticing someone that they should ring your bell, and by putting your email address and also putting your contact or website on the banner, it's much better because not everyone, as you mentioned, have the time to be scrolling through. So someone may not go into the contact info, they may not click there, but as they land on your profile, you want them to see all the information appropriately so that if it is that they want, they could all just take a picture of it and they have your information right there and to click here, click there. You want to make it easily accessible for your potential clients. And that is the way how you should structure your banner because people love visuals and your banner is the place that you could make it most aesthetic.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And just giving a shout out to those who in the comment section here. Um, so Chaitra, greetings from Coventry, right? We have also Samba says hi. Mandira says hello. Shena says hello. She's from India. I'm not sure if you know of her, Punita. Nitra from Nepal. Awesome. So, going a bit further in terms of the LinkedIn algorithm change, right? They said also too, engaging in company pages perform 3x better than those who only publish. So a lot of changes in this new algorithm, and people have to be aware of these changes so they will know how they're going forward with their content. Because a lot of people complaining, Punita, that their engagement has dropped. And the reason why the engagement has dropped is that they are not following the new algorithm changes. So that's
Where is
why
an
you'll see
article released?
I will share that with you. I will share that with you. It's something that not published like right now to say, but I will share that with you. And the next thing about it also too is that how your content is dropped is because sometimes you just adding, individuals onto your profile, and you just studying about the following and not studying about being that person to add people who in your network that could be of value, because sometimes we just add persons, Punita, and those persons have not been active in the last 30 days. So it makes our feed faulty. So we have to add people who providing content consistently. So I always say utilize Sales Navigator for those who can afford it so that you could know who are active within the 30-day period. You could know if it is that you are trying to do outreach messaging to potential clients to know who have changed opportunities. So these are the things in terms of the sales AI insights, utilize the intelligence of it so that you could better yourself on LinkedIn. But that will be a different topic going forward. But you do understand, Punita, in terms of filtering your feed so that you could see content that you really interested in and not content that will basically be not of value to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like we have Dr. Marcia Thomas here from Jamaica. Good morning to you, Dr. Marcia Thomas Powell. And Punita, for newbies, right? A lot of them come onto the platform and they are trying to sell instantly. And that is something that is very, very unfortunate because they don't have that guidance. They just think that LinkedIn is the place that have the big ticket customers and that they could gain an opportunity. What advice do you have to give those individuals who just jump on the platform and in their mind they're just thinking about selling, selling, selling?
So somebody who's starting out on LinkedIn, I would just suggest five very simple tips. Number one, show up every single day,
Mm-hmm.
but show up in a way where you're not selling your services, but more of educating and empowering your audience. Number one. Number two, create actionable content which makes your audience learn from you. Number three, there is no such thing as the right time to post. You post a particular time every single day and your audience will be available for you because of the power of consistency. Number four, many people think a lot. Can I post? Can I not post? Just start posting. People don't care. Trust me. Because people, yeah, really. People
Yeah.
only care about themselves, but people care about how you can help me. That's most important. So
Mm-hmm.
think of from those lines. And number five, most importantly, go out there and be fearless because the minute you're fearless, the world is waiting for you.
Whoa, love that. And overthinking kills. We say procrastination kills, but overthinking kills also because the more you overthink is the less that you believe in yourself. And
Absolutely.
you see, the words that you speak is very powerful. So I will tell anyone, and even myself, I'm telling this, speak positive words in your life, despite that things might be bad, despite that you think that you may have a negative day going forward. Speak positive words because, Punita, your content comes from your heart. If it is that you are a wicked person, your content wouldn't be loving and people wouldn't resonate with your content. But if you are kind, authentic individual, your content will speak to people in a very loving manner. So it starts within, and you have to unleash that creativity outside, which will be providing that content that people can resonate with. So sometimes in life, we realizing that our content is not doing good is because we have to do that self-reflecting of ourselves, that self-actualization, and clean ourselves internally, and then after everything else will be great externally. So content goes a long way, and people feel it's just about writing. But remember, you write what you feel. So there's something that I would say is more psychological in terms of your content. But as
Absolutely.
the day go by and you practice and providing content on a consistent basis, you will become better. So my approach to everyone here, a pro tip, is that if you want to get better at your content, each day just try to write at least if it's 1,000 words every day, Monday to Sunday, and you will see as time go by, your content will start to speak to the audience in a very resounding manner. So that's my message to you all. And Punita, in closing, what do you have to give the audience, and especially those who coming on the platform in that tremendous manner, those newbies as we call them?
Three simple rules, create content buckets, because without content buckets you're just like one headless person, because your content buckets define you for who you are, number one, most importantly. Number two, apply different formats of content, because I started my journey 2.5 years back only with text content, Antonio, because I
Mm-hmm,
had a lot of fears, being on video content, creating design based content, putting pictures of myself. But slowly, gradually, as fears have come out, you start applying different formats of content. There's text content, there's polls, there's reshared articles, there's video content, there's LinkedIn
mm-hmm,
live like this, there's audio content. And I realized that the more and more you apply different formats of content on LinkedIn, the
mm-hmm,
more and more people will actually know you, start knowing you for who you are, and they start trusting you then. And
mm-hmm.
once they start trusting you, they finally will start, sending you a message about your work and your services. So it's a journey, if you're here just to make money fast way, LinkedIn is not the right platform. But if you're here to make relationships, like we've built our relationships, Antonio, we've been on LinkedIn
Yes, for
Live for
sure.
almost 2 years,
Yeah.
and we've built, we've never worked towards, what will I get from Antonio, what will you get from
Mm-hmm.
me, but just work towards supporting each other, and that's helped us grow organically. So
So
these
true.
are a few tips about not selling yourself, but more of social selling.
I love that, Punita. That is great advice. And I would just like to leave this with the audience. It is something that is thought provoking that I'm seeing. Some people they focus solely on just linking lives, or some people focus solely on just providing type based content. As Punita said, it have different formats of content. Imagine you go into a shop and all that shop has is snacks and drinks, right? But if you go to other shop and it has snacks, drinks, clothing, hardware stuff, you name it, you would prefer to go by the variety shop because at the end of the day, you're getting a variety of stuff. So my message is that provide the different form of content formats that LinkedIn has to offer. They have type-based, they have video, they have carousels, they have audio events, they have newsletters. You provide that because people will buy into the variety that you have to offer, because some people may like LinkedIn Live, others may like newsletters, others may like audio events. So the idea is to target everyone. And that's my message. And Punita, thank you very much for today's session and next week, which will be a weekly session on content creation and content marketing with the lovely Punita. You all in the audience, thank you for joining in. Those on replay, just type team hashtag. We love you all. Have a
Thank
great
you so
one.
much.